Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs. Hope everybody's doing well today. I have a video today that's going to be a little bit different than what I normally do, just because it's really not a tutorial at all. It's just basically suggestions for people. I see things out in little Facebook groups all the time, questions about whether or not people can make any money selling journals, and you know, what kind of money, is it, can they quit their job, or a side hustle, etc., etc. And I kind of wanted to answer that from my perspective and my experience, not just with selling junk journals, but just kind of crafts in general. And I also wanted to do a shameless plug for myself, because I still have 3 journals, Christmas journals, in my shop, and they're these right here. I don't know why the camera is so close. Hold on. Move it a little bit. There we go. Frosty, Rudolph, and The Night Before Christmas. And I've already done flip throughs on these. I have discounted them, so if you're interested, you may want to go look again. And the flip through, I will put that in the description box if for some reason you can't find it. It was recent. So anyway, I have these 3. They're super cute journals. If you're interested in that style, I know a lot of the people that watch me, that's not their jam, but that's fine. I did want to let you know that they're there, and they are discounted. And if you have purchased a journal from me before, there is a discount code in there that if you, on the way to check out, you just put thank you in there, and you will get a pretty big discount. So not only will you get this discounted, but then you'll get another discount on top of it. You'll get 2 discounts. So if you've already purchased a journal from me, and that's any journal from me, you will get a discount if you've already purchased journals. Because a lot of the people that purchase journals from me are repeat buyers. So I want to make sure that they get a really good deal. And then everybody else, I'm already discounting it. You don't have to put a code in. That discount will show up. And anyway, that's it for those. And the other journals will be discounted as well, okay, that are in there. I've got this one, if you're not interested in something that is Christmas. I love this journal. I don't understand why. I don't know. It's really shabby. I get it, but I just think it's a super cool journal, and that's okay. I don't take it personal. I really, really don't. Most of my journals sell within the first day, so if some of them don't sell, that's okay. Usually they all sell. I've never had one that actually never not sold. Eventually they all sell. And that will get me into my discussion in a minute, but I wanted everyone to see this really quickly, just because it is just a cool journal. This is the series that I did where I did a journal without any digitals at all. So that's basically what this was all about. So it's kind of made out of a file folder. So that is discounted. And I have a budget journal, which this is a very, very practical journal. It's one of the first ones I made. And it was basically because when I first started making them, all I kept hearing is, what's the purpose of a junk journal? So this one has a very specific purpose. It is for a budget. You put your, but it's really cute. It's very shabby. And here's the little insert that has, now I purchased this and just covered it, and you can replace it because it's got a a band. You could just put any kind of journal in there too if you wanted to. I mean, honestly. But anyway, so that's in there, and that'll be discounted. And then I've got this travel journal that I did, and this is a little cutie. It's got all the little rusted elements in it, and lots of places to put pictures, and to you know, this is like an envelope right here, guys. So I mean, lots. These are actually pockets. All of these postcards, those are pockets. And I've got another envelope there, another envelope here. It's made really to put stuff in, little mementos and things like that. I made one for myself when I went to Europe, and it worked out really well because I could put a picture there, tuck something in here. You know, it was just really a cool little journal. So I made one, you know, I think I did a tutorial on it, and this is what I have. So it is a fun journal. So anyway, that will be in there too, and it's discounted. Now, I did want to show you, my video that I did on these, I didn't get to show you all the stuff on the end. I recorded it and everything, and I posted it on YouTube, and they came back and told me that that video was demonetized. And you know, at first I'm like, well, what did I do wrong? And it's not a strike against you, but you can't. The music I used was music that is on iMovie that is supposed to be copyright free, but you know, I guess it's not. So anyway, I had to cut off the whole other section where I showed you all of the finished product. And I have decided I'm going to be selling these in my Etsy shop, 5 of them for $35. So that way you don't have to pay for postage or anything. But anyway, they'll be grouped in there in a group and for 5. But I wanted to show these to you because I think they turned out really cool. But, you know, I don't know. But that was really weird. I had them all like at the end, you know. And I made a nice little video clip so you could see it, and then all of that's cut out because I added music to that last part, and apparently it was a no-go. So I think that all of them turned out really, really cool. I don't even think I have 2 duplicates in here, but I'm going to try and put a good variety in the 5 that I get out there of different kinds, and we'll just see how they sell. If they don't sell, it's okay. I'll put them on my tree. I think they're cute. I just think that they're unique, and they're vintagey. I know that if I did craft shows, I could definitely sell these pretty easily. I know I did do craft shows a long time ago. And that's kind of what the whole discussion is going to be about today. And I'm going to do it really quickly because just to answer some basic questions about selling things, how to sell them, what to sell, that kind of thing. So anyway, I really loved, that's what, you'll get very addicted. If you do these, guys, you're going to get addicted. I made all these in one night. Okay, all one night. I think the only thing I did extra is I tied the bows on the next day. Because now when I say one night, did I stay up pretty late? Yeah. But, you know, I didn't start till like 9 o'clock. So, you know, they're not hard. Once you rust everything, and I painted quite a few of them, even the ones that I rusted, because I wanted a certain look. I guess. I don't know. This one's not. But, you know, just depended. I added this here. I added a few things, and a few of them that I thought needed it. But in any case, these will be going in my Etsy shop. And I wanted to say that so that people Now the thank you will apply to this too, guys. So if you have purchased from me before, you will get that discount. But I'm not putting these in discounted. I'm just putting them in. It's going to be 5 for $35, but you will get a discount if you've purchased things from me before, and it's a pretty hefty discount. So, all right. So let me get back to the question at hand. And I want to do this because I've just had so many people ask this, and I've answered it, and I'm going to do it the best I can. You can definitely sell your journals, okay? You can definitely sell them. There's a market out there. I usually don't have anything in my shop at all, because it usually just sells out, which I'm very, very grateful for all your support. And I can't even tell you how blown away I am that happens. And it's been happening since I started making journals and putting them out there. A lot of times what I used to do is I didn't have that much video content out there, and I always made a journal with you or with the audience, and then I would put it in my Etsy shop. Well, 9 out of 10 times the journal sold before I even finished it. So so there's a market out there for them, okay? The thing is, I've heard people talk about going to craft shows and they get disappointed and people don't want to pay what they want them to pay. Well, first off, craft shows, I don't think a lot of people know what a junk journal is. I do think it's becoming more prevalent and more people know what they are, but they're not going to want to pay probably what you think it's worth. And the worth of something is basically what people will pay for it. It's not what you think it is, it's what will they pay for it. I mean, that is how you determine the value, what the market will bear. So I've talked to several people. I almost always, when I go to a craft show now, I usually see one person that's selling junk journals in conjunction with other things. They usually don't sell just junk journals. And all of them will say it's hard to sell them at a craft show and make any kind of serious money. And I think that's just because those people are not, they don't really know what one is, okay? I do think you can do something like maybe some of the little golden books or the children's books and do them in a way that's cost effective, and sell them. But the price point on that to me is so low that I don't know if it's worth it. If it's worth it to you, then fine. But I'm talking $25 or $30 is about what people will pay for that. And then I've had people that say 50 is too high for a lot of people. They may sell one or two, but they're not going to sell a lot. Okay, so that's probably not the venue to sell it. I sell my stuff on Etsy just because it's easy for me. They keep track of all the tax information, all of that. I don't want to have to come back later and have to figure all that out. It's right there for me. To me, it's well worth what they charge. I know some people don't like all the fees, but some of the fees they're complaining about are taxes that if you don't keep track of them, eventually the IRS will catch up with you and you will be paying taxes, okay? I would rather just have all that taken care of. I get my 1099 and then I just, I report it and I'm good, and that's what I do. That's my preference. And there are other venues out there that can do that you can do it and they keep track of all that and whatever. The one thing I have to say that no matter what even if you use a website, if you go to another craft like Amazon handmade or any of those other things, the thing is you've got to remember as far as marketing your stuff, they don't really do any. You're going to do 99% of it. I mean, if you want people to purchase your items and come look at what you have to advertise, market some way. And I have a YouTube channel, and that's how I do it. I also do it through Instagram, and I do it through Facebook. But you have to market it. You cannot just make your journals, stick it in an Etsy shop or whatever kind of shop, or a website, or have your own website. It won't make any difference if people don't know you're there. So you do have to market it. I didn't start this channel to sell things. That's not my main reason for doing it. And I certainly didn't do it to make money, because you don't really make very much money unless you're getting, 5,000 views a day, which I don't know. I don't think I've ever done. I have some videos that have hit that, but and I am a small channel, but not a really small channel. I've got close to 6,000 subscribers. So it takes a while to get to that. But I will say, from the very, very beginning, when I just had 500, I was still selling my journals immediately. And through time, I've realized that there are some journals that sell better than others. I kind of know what my audience is and what they like. And I could just make those journals, okay, but I don't. I make a lot of different kind of journals. I do different things. If you watch my channel, I've said that. I do, and the reason I do it is I get bored very easily doing the same thing over and over and over. Same style over and over and over. I can't do that. I like to stretch my creativity. And I think it's good for everyone to do that, but I understand being in your comfort zone and liking one style. And it is more cost effective to do one style, okay? It is much easier to do one style. And, you can figure out your audience better and your customers better if you do one style. So as far as a money-making venture, it would probably be better to pick your style, figure out what your customers like, and then make a lot of that. Okay, so that would be my advice if you're doing this to make money. Okay, but I'm not really doing it to make money. When I sell my journals, it is so that it can support my I guess my hobby. The YouTube channel is a hobby to me. It certainly doesn't even buy, one night out dinner for me and my husband both. Maybe me by myself. And it certainly doesn't pay for the supplies and things that I buy. Most of that comes from selling my journals. So if I sell a journal, 9 times out of 10, I go and I buy something, that's pretty much how I've been doing it. I'm not really doing it as income, but I know how much I make. I know how much I spend, and getting to whether you can make a decent living on it. I'm going to say no, and I'm going to tell you why. And it's the same reason that I think most craft people at craft fairs and stuff like that, it's only a side gig. And the reason being, if you're making your things, okay, especially junk journals, because they are very time intensive to make. So what happens is you can only make so many journals, okay, in a week. I don't know, if you're really, really good, maybe you can make 2, maybe 3, I don't know. But you can only make so many journals. Just like if you're making different crafts, you can only make so many. the way that you can bypass that, and I think a lot of people out there do that now, and they figured it out, is you can sell supplies, you can sell kits, you can sell, you know, just different things along with the journal, or not with the journal, but besides the journals, okay? Because those are not as time intensive, and you could definitely make some side money doing that stuff too. But the reason I say just making journals, you can't make a ton of money is just simply because they're very time intensive. You can only make so many, and that's it. It's not that the market's not there, and it's not that you can't do enough marketing to sell them, because it doesn't take that much. You know, you can do it on Facebook groups. You can do a YouTube. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that that have junk journal channels, and they just do flip throughs. They don't do anything but that. Most of my stuff I do, honestly, is almost all craft with me and tutorials, and the flip throughs and the making the journals, that's kind of a side gig for me. And I'm doing it more now because I got to where I was doing so many tutorials and things. I didn't have any time to make any journals, and it was kind of, I have to make journals because I personally do it as a stress release, as enjoyment. And if I don't do it, then, you know, I don't know. It's just, I have to do it. The reason I decided to go ahead and do this video today is I saw somebody today, and they were doing a flip through, and I think they'd done it a few days ago. What they said is that when they found junk journals, that it literally saved their life. And I do think for some people that it is so cathartic that may actually be true, or is true. And if you're doing this, you're not going to be able to do it very long if you don't really love it. So that needs to be your number one reason for doing it. It needs to be a passion for you. And I think too, I have a whole video out there, what's the purpose of junk journals, and I will link that in the description box if you want to see it. But a lot of people feel like there has to be a purpose, so they have, if they can't sell them, why make them? And I don't know, I sold mine just because I'd given away so many that I couldn't give out. I mean, I was like, you know, I don't know. I just felt like I'd given a journal to everybody that I knew, every relative that I knew, that I was making them. So I started selling them, and I realized that that was a way to support my hobby. So that's what I use it for. I use it to do that. Okay. But I would say in general, do not think that you're going to make enough to quit your full-time job. Okay. You might, I would say you definitely could make enough maybe to quit your part-time job, but it'll be a full-time job making the journals. And as long as you love making them, then that'll work out for you. It should work out for you. But anyway, that is my take on it. You can definitely make money doing it, but you do have to think about, you know, strategically how to spend your time, and, you know, what you can do to help facilitate extra income besides just making journals. And that is the reason why a lot of people have done digitals. You know, they're creating digitals, because once you create the digital and put it out there, guess what? I mean, that's just money coming in all the time. And that's also a reason that you can do a YouTube channel, because once you make the videos, well then, that money comes in. You know, people, well, I have right now 2 videos that people are watching from like, oh God, 2-3 years ago, that they're watching like crazy. And so now it's not, I'm not making a ton of money. Like I said, you know, I may be able to go get a glass of wine when I go out to dinner with this money at the end of the month, but it is another way to support yourself. You can do affiliate links, which I need to do. I haven't done it yet, but you know, where if you know you have people, if they purchase something through Amazon that you show them, then you know you get a very small percentage of that or whatever. There's a lot of that you can do. You can get free products. I get people hit me up all the time to do stuff, and I did it a couple times and I was like, no, I don't know. I just want to do what I want to do. And the other thing is too, you know, you have to decide how much you want to do this for income or how much you want to do it for enjoyment, or, you know, and decide. On my Gypsy Junk Journals, I have been approached by several people that they could sell them for a pretty high price, and could I make them, you know, like 2 or 3 a month, and I'm like, no, you know, I don't want to do that, because I want to be able to make different journals. I want to be able to do different things, and I just don't want to be in production all the time, because I have done that before. I have been doing crafting for many years. I did craft shows, and I knew what things would sell out, and I knew what would sell, and I would go home and just be making that same thing over and over, and I just got burnt out. So I don't want to get back into that. That's why I don't just make the journals that I know will sell instantly. I make journals that I like, and hopefully they'll sell. That's another reason I don't take orders from people, because I want to be able to create what I want to create and put it out there for the world to see. And if they like it, if they want it, they'll purchase it. If not, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay, because I enjoyed myself and I enjoyed doing it. And if I enjoyed doing it, that, to me, that's the number one thing. So you need to think about, you know, what it is that you want to get out of this, and you know, that's what your motivator is, okay? Because it does take a tremendous amount of time to do a junk journal, and there's probably a lot of other crafts that you could do that don't take as much, that your profit margin would be there. So if it's just for profit, you probably could do something else. But if you love making junk journals and you want to make junk journals, and you've got them piled up like I did, I think I had like 20 that I didn't know what to do with them. And so I decided just to sell them, and they all sold, and I thought, well, that was cool. So then I went out and bought more stuff, and you know, that's pretty much how I started selling them. It was just because I had so many, and I think there's a lot of people out there like that. But you can sell them. You've got to bring people to you. You can't. I hear people say all the time, oh, I have an Etsy shop, and you know, I can't sell my journals. There's too much competition. Well, I think it's because nobody knows that your journal's out there. You know, I mean, they don't know. So you have to advertise. You have to advertise your journal, yourself, everything. It's just like any other type of business. So you have to do that, and you have to be willing to do that. And I had a lady say once, well, I don't want to talk to myself doing a flip through really is just showing people what you've done, okay? And you know, and that does take a lot too, putting yourself out there like that. It really does. Because, you know, but this community, the 99.9% of the time, They're great people. They're super positive. So I would not be worried about that. I mean, but yes, you can sell your junk journals. Can you make a full-time living out of it? No, but you can. You definitely can. You definitely can have a nice little side gig for sure. For sure you can. And if for some reason your channel blows up, like the few, maybe 5 that are out there, you can make a decent amount of money just from, your YouTube channel or Instagram. You get, I mean, if that happens, then great. But as far as selling the journals themselves, yeah, you can make some money, but you can only make so much because you only have so much time in the day. That's the answer to that question. So you have to find other ways to supplement that, and that's what you're going to have to come up with. I'd love to hear your take on it. I'm just telling you my experience. So, all right, you guys take care, and I will see you soon. I have a video coming out about I'm doing little Christmas crafts and things, and I'm putting that out there. And I'm also going to be doing junk journal related Christmas crafts too. So don't worry, I'm not changing my channel. So I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.